Okay, let's try it like this, people. What's going on? For the second time today. Good morning, fellow Bitcoiners. Let me push this back. Get my laptop everywhere. Boom. Oh, they're gonna lock my orange in. This is better. Good to go. What's going on, Antonio? All right. Good money. All right. Everybody's happy. There we go. Pardon the delay. I'm glad you all can see me. So long story short, because I definitely want to jump into Bitcoin talk. There's a lot going on. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for keeping up with us. So it was a miscommunication last week. Bitcoin Zay headed out last Thursday, so Wednesday after that last show, when we said we were taking a week off. We actually meant this week that we're in. We didn't mean last week since that week was almost over. However, we get you guys messages and stuff. Thanks for checking up on us. What's up, Cali Coins? Everybody basically is like, no, you guys don't get a full week off, so come back. So we're back. Until I get this live stream software working. FYI, if anybody knows how to use Wirecast to hook up with YouTube and remote live stream Skypes or GoToMeetings, let me know. But until we get that working, we're just going to tag team doing one day at a time. But hopefully we'll have that together by the end of this week. So we shall see. What's going on, Smitri? For the free Bitcoin, for the people we owe free Bitcoin, Smitri, we're still checking on you. I sent that over to Bitcoin Zay, I think yesterday, so he's going to look into that. And for last time, the free Bitcoin winner, I know it's been a while, but we didn't forget. We asked you all to let us know what type of esports betting platform would you want. And Phoenix Financial won that, actually. So Phoenix Financial will send you the free Bitcoin. He said, will Floyd Mayweather come out of retirement again for a bigger payout? That was actually a great idea, because the moment athletes like boxers, especially people like Floyd Mayweather, who own their own universe as far as their business goes, once they realize they don't even have to do deals with, Showtime or HBO, whoever they do the deals with, once they realize they can literally just enable a micropayment channel and stream the fight from that at less than $10 a fight versus what you pay now, then I think they'll try to adopt it, but it'll be just like small Bitcoiners trying to go against the big bank. So we'll see what happens. So Phoenix Financial, thanks for that comment. Free Bitcoin. And wow, what was it? Been 5 days? What a 5 days has it been, people? I know you all been seeing it. We're just now getting over the whole Bitcoin Gold. I don't know what to call it. The Bitcoin Gold distraction, diversion, I'll say. We actually didn't end up getting that much Bitcoin Gold for a couple reasons. Once we started looking into it and seeing which exchanges will offer it, who wouldn't offer it, how we'd be able to trade it, it literally wasn't worth putting your Bitcoin out there to risk getting the Bitcoin Gold. And what I mean is like exposing your Bitcoin, taking out a wallet, possibly putting it on an exchange or doing XYZ. It wasn't worth it. We called it a few days ago or whatever. You sell your Bitcoin Gold for thousands. I know, right? No, we didn't sell it for anything. So we really didn't get that much. And the reason why, and we had the same idea too. I think I called Zay, he called me, whatever, and we both were like, "You trying to really do this Bitcoin Gold thing?" He was like, "No." I was like, "All right, me neither," because on the futures market, it was only trading at about $400. And if you remember when Bitcoin Cash came out, I believe that was trading probably 1,000 or so, 1,000 plus on the futures market. And when it came out, you saw how it leveled off and retraced back to like $200 at one point, and then where we're at now, $200-300 range. So that was Bitcoin Cash, which had a lot more support than Bitcoin Gold. So for Bitcoin Cash, it's trading $1,000 on the future market. It went down to like $200 or $300 that same day, and Bitcoin Gold was on the future market for about $400, which means if we look at the same type of comparison, even with less support, we were both like, it'll be interesting to see this thing hit 100 plus. And I mean, how many Bitcoins do people really have out there? Unless you have hundreds or thousands of Bitcoins where you can really make that small amount of money work for you, then it wasn't worth the risk for us. It wasn't worth the risk to put out, however many Bitcoins up and get the free Bitcoin Go and exit all these other trading positions, especially in some of the alts when we knew what was going to happen. For those who are just going through their first cycle of a fork, you see leading up to the fork, alts drop. Everybody takes their money out and try to put it in Bitcoin to get that free 1-for-1 pairing. And then literally once Bitcoin Gold was released, Bitcoin wallets were unlocked that same day. People flooded the alt market. So if you had timed it right, there was a lot of good money to make in the last week or two. And once again, SegWit2X is coming up, I believe, with November 16th, the final everything, or whenever that final block is mined for it, or the block number they have. So same thing, leading up to that, I expect to see more money kind of start flowing into Bitcoin again. And then literally as soon as that decision is made, alts are going to start skyrocketing again. I think Bitcoin's going to skyrocket as well. So, hey, what's going on, Alpha Robbins? So Bitcoin goes interesting. Like I said, we didn't really try to trade or anything like that. It just wasn't worth it. I think I had it going anywhere between like $50 and $100. And, you know, let's say we put, you know, let's say the average person were to put 7, 6, 5, I don't know, 2, 3 Bitcoin on it. That's exposing your Bitcoin for literally $300 or $400 profit, which you could have just made if you would have held it off in alt. So it wasn't worth it to us, so we kept it moving. Bitcoin, was it B2X now they're calling it? You know, SegWit or whatever, the new SegWit2X. That drama's unfolding. I'm not sure if you all are on Twitter. We always tell everybody to get on Twitter because it is, here, I'll write that down, see it. We always tell people to get on Twitter because not only do you get a lot of information from all these, you know, people in the crypto sphere, but also, I mean, the infighting, I'm telling you people, it is the funniest stuff you have ever seen. Oh, Bitcoin Zay's in North Carolina right now. He's handling business out there, so I think he'll be back out in California in another week or so. But Bitcoin2X, you literally have CEOs of companies out there worth millions of dollars, multi-millions. There's some CEOs, you know, with their Bitcoin holdings might technically be almost at $1 billion or $1 billion companies, and they are literally just going back and forth on Twitter, and they're saying whatever. They're talking like Bitcoin has already hit 25K. They're talking like they just give zero out there. You got people, you know, just literally calling out other people on Twitter in real life. You saw, I think, the Jameson Lopp, one of the Twitter guys, crypto guys that works. He's a dev. I don't want to say which one. I can't remember if it's Core or SegWit 2X, but you know, he had a SWAT team come inside his house the other day because. And somebody else in the crypto space accused him of something. So it's like literally heating up in real life and on Twitter. But the interesting stuff about it, you know, Coinbase kind of did a U-turn first. Coinbase came, he's a BitGo, yeah, BitGo developer. Thank you, Decentralized. Coinbase came out originally a few days ago and said, you know, Bitcoin Core was going to be the regular Bitcoin, is going to stay BTC. And then they were saying the SegWit2X was going to be called B2X. However, in less than 48 to 72 hours, Coinbase has turned around. They're now saying that they might call the B2X the SegWit Bitcoin, the real Bitcoin. So it's really going to confuse a lot of people coming through the next few weeks, right? Yep. So that's what. Yep. Alpha Robbins was saying it too. So it's really going to be interesting the next few weeks. It will be confusing. Right now is a good time to, whatever your position is, people, like, you know, some of the alts, they didn't fully recover. Some of them did have a nice little bounce back though. But get in your positions right now, and I would suggest just kind of holding tight until we figure out what's going on with SegWits. Are there some opportunities to trade? Yes, but it's like I said, no one knows what direction the market's going to go right now because it's unforeseen territory. SegWit2X is they're trying to have that additional block added, or the additional block size, I think, to 2. So really, it's not a huge difference. It's more is more about the centralization of Bitcoin or lack thereof. And they're saying by developers and miners being able to decide what we do and how we do, it kind of centralizes Bitcoin. So both of those arguments. You know, both people are saying they're right. Both sides are saying they're right. I'm not going to get into it or whatever. We support Bitcoin Core, regular Bitcoin, the ones we've been using. And whether it's a scaling debate or issues, wherever, we keep trying to tell people this is a new technology. You know, it's only 8 years old, so it will take time. And we don't think that forking it every 5 minutes in different directions is the right way to do it. We feel like, you know, Bitcoin Core has a majority of developers for a reason, people. It's like over 400 developers. This is the all-star team when it comes to developers. These are the best in the world, and they're all working on it. When you talk about Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin Gold, SegWit2X, all these people, all they're taking is maybe a couple of those developers out that big pool of 400 developers. So when you look at it like that, you know, here's a perfect example. You think about basketball right now. You know, NBA, United States, no, everybody doesn't watch it or have it. I really don't watch it myself, but in the NBA right now, the Western Conference has almost all the stars. It's all of them. You know, it's just a ton of people. It's so many stars. They said this year's All-Star game, there won't be a West versus East. They're going to actually pick team captains, and then team captains are going to pick the best people because they literally can't go West versus East because there's too many stars in the West. Well, that's like Bitcoin to me. Bitcoin has a ton of stars in developer world. They have tons of coders. What's up, 2K TV? They have a ton of coders. They have all these people who know what they're doing. You literally have to be the best of the best. All of your work has to be open source, meaning other developers and coders can check on it as well. So literally, there's you can't slide by, you can't scam, you can't go under the radar. Somebody's gonna know. So that's why I like Bitcoin Core. Bitcoin Cash was a small segment actually started. Roger Ver, he's more of the business side of the house more than the technical side. So already, when that came out, I was like, well, you're not leaving with the best people. You might have some good people and a great idea, but you're not leaving with the best people. Same thing with Bitcoin Go. Clearly they didn't have that same support, but now it's SegWit 2X. Once again, they're splitting it, but they're only getting a couple of developers. They're not even getting the whole developing team that's behind Bitcoin Core. So until I see another coin fork off with at least 50% of all these developers, at least 100, 150 developers and coders come from Bitcoin Core, then I want to pay attention to it. And that is why I'm just saying to hold your positions right now. Let's wait till the drama and the dust settles, and then we can move forward. What Bitcoin did blog for Bitcoin versus 2X knowledge. But with the B2X drama though, is Jeff Garziks. So those who know Jeff Garziks knows that he's been around for a while. Oh, you said what analysis? Can you re-put all that Bitcoin Bay? I only saw a little bit of it. But Jeff Garziks is getting big in the news right now. For those who don't know, he's been around Bitcoin for forever. He was one of the people everybody kind of looked up to as far as, he knows what he's doing and he's here for the community, all XYZ. Well, for the last few weeks, Jeff Garziks has been, one of the front runners for the SegWit 2X fork and everything he wants to do with it and how SegWit 2X is the better way forward, XYZ. And he's really trying to get people on his bandwagon, which a lot of people weren't listening to. I think I saw somebody point out already, SegWit 2X is being followed by a lot of, institutional investors, the corporations, the banks. I wonder why, because they can't buy Bitcoin and keep up with everybody who already has it. But Jeff Garziks really tried to get the community on his side just to come out yesterday and release his news that he's making a new altcoin. And his new altcoin, I think it's called Metronome or something. But his new altcoin aims basically to solve the disruption on blockchains or things like Bitcoin when it's time to fork. So it's interesting that he has this huge conflict of interest. What Bitcoin did blog breaks down both sides. Oh, okay. Bitcoin Bay is saying what Bitcoin did blog breaks down both sides. So yeah, I'll make sure I check that out too. What Bitcoin did. But yeah, so Jeff Garziks, it's clear conflict of interest, and it almost seems like he started this whole SegWit 2X drama and this whole forking to get half the community on his side just so he can push his own altcoin, which is what he's doing right now. And unfortunately, on that altcoin list of advisors, it's basically everybody that's his advisor. Everybody's saying you can't trust them no more in the community because they're all out for the money. And unfortunately, it was Vinny Lingram on there too. I don't know if you remember Vinny Lingram from Civic Coin, Civic Key. We always talk about it. We actually like it. We do think Vinny has a lot of great stuff to offer, so it's unfortunate to see him a part of this money pool scam as well. Jeff Garziks, actually, somebody screenshotted a quote from him, I think, was it last year or the year before or something, where he had a tweet. Yeah, it's a lot of bit. Yeah, Charlie Lee, yeah. But Jeff Garziks had a tweet where he said that, I believe, ICOs are now the new scams and all this other stuff. And then, literally he turns around and does an ICO. So it goes to show people when there's money at stake, like real money, we're talking multi-millions, possibly billions of dollars for some people. When there's money at stake, especially if you're talking about creating a whole nother Bitcoin, you're talking about trillions of dollars possibly at stake. But some people are going in their best interest. I believe it's short-sighted. I won't just blame it on those people. Once again, I'm about to lump all these guys in for Dinosaur of the Day right now because ongoing thing I'm seeing is, I already kind of pointed out, is like, LinkedIn. LinkedIn is, you can't trust it anymore right now when it comes to crypto space. And they're actually doing a good job cleaning it up with some of their algorithms. I've been seeing some some people in the ICO space complaining that some of their posts aren't reaching as many people on LinkedIn. I think that's LinkedIn changing their algorithm around because they're seeing that like I said, the well's been tainted though. So, but my point is, LinkedIn, who's the majority of the crowd is these guys and, males and females, ladies and gentlemen over the age of 40, 50. Same thing that we're seeing on Twitter with some of these people who are trying to fork this and start this business and start this coin. These are the people who are up for like straight money grabs at this point. Once again, I don't blame them, but it's unfortunate because they don't see the big picture. The big picture is the decentralized nature of Bitcoin and the fact that if you even own a little bit right now, if you can keep pushing this thing and it does reach a small percentage of a global adoption, then you'll already be well off. You don't need to do scams and whack ICOs and all this other stuff. So exactly, the big decentralized said the big picture is changing the world, not the USA. Exactly. So whatever. I'm actually glad these people are doing it. And I'm not sure if they actually started a real list. This might be a new website somebody wants to start. How they have the Bitcoin obituaries. It might be a good idea to start a list. I know some Twitter people have already started, but where they're just calling out everybody you can't trust in the community no more. And labeling. I know Bitcoin Forum is pretty big. They'll call somebody out quick. So it's important. So I would just say keep note of this because in another 2 or 3 years, some of these same people will be back to do another ICO. They'll be back to have another great business plan, and if you don't remember who they are and whatever you read looks amazing, you might buy into it forgetting that these are the same people that scammed you back in 2017. So that's my take on the Bitcoin 2X drama. We're staying with Bitcoin Core. Amazon conference call. So this has been the kind of news like it's been flown around Telegram and some of the other back channels, Bitcoin Forum, for the last month or so. I don't want to say probably the last 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks. James Altucher or something. I can't pronounce. I'm terrible with names, but I guess his background is a Wall Street, hedge fund or capital management type. But he said, and he was the one who first started the rumor. Then a newspaper, I guess in Germany or Berlin, just picked it up. And the rumor basically was that and for me, I think he's just shooting darts in the dark. And this is one of those things. If he gets right, great. If he doesn't, nobody will even notice. But he noticed that Amazon had their quarterly conference call coming up October 26th, and he basically made he assumed that they will bring Bitcoin and blockchain on. And I get where he's coming from. Why not at this point? Because their competition Overstock is already ahead of them in doing it. And also, what better time than now? So I think it really was just a shot in the dark by him by saying, oh, wow, it's a quarterly call coming up last of the year. If they were going to introduce Bitcoin to their investors, this is the time to do it. So I do agree. I think it'll at least have to be mentioned. But as far as them fully onboarding Bitcoin or blockchain technology, that remains to be seen. But once again, it was a great guess. People are talking about it. And the bottom line is, once again, will it drive the price up if Amazon does say, we're going to start accepting Bitcoin? Of course it will. But people, you have to start, once again, when we talk about long-term investing and long-term holding and stuff, the way we think is everybody's going to adopt it eventually. Whether it's Amazon now or Amazon a year from now, they'll eventually adopt it. They won't have a choice. The same when it comes to brick and mortar stores, online merchants, Walmart. It's a matter of time. And maybe it won't be Bitcoin, whatever crypto it is out there, but it's only a matter of time before everyone starts accepting it. So start thinking long term when you look at that. So once again, news stories like Amazon conference call. We'll see on the 26th, 27th. I'm sure there'll be a lot of news. If they do accept it, the guy, James, is going to look like a genius. Even though, like I said, to me, it kind of was a shot in the dark. I read his whole, I'm not sure, his landing page, though I'll just call it a marketing page because it literally was like 6 internet pages of just click here so you can invest with me or something. But he called it first, and if it works out, great for him. But, yeah. China. So China has changed parties, even though I believe the president stayed the same. But they're talking about they possibly are more liberal toward Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in general. I don't think so. I think that China, while they are looking to incorporate blockchain technology, they're trying to do it in the way Russia did, making a crypto ruble or maybe a China yuan, Bitcoin or whatever. But we'll see what happens. There's rumors that, if anybody have already saw this, let me know. But there's rumors, I think, of Huobi or whatever, one of the trading platforms, may actually resume trading today or tomorrow in China. So we'll see about that. And then, yeah, I mean, China just got done with their elections. They're sorting out, you know, the who's who and what's what of power. And supposedly they may be opening back up their trading exchanges soon. Once again, people, we already hit the all-time high without China. So if China comes back online, great, price will go up. If they don't, nothing really changed. Right, exactly. Good point, Antonio. Watch Neo. Neo already had a good bounce back a few days ago. I think it went up, what was it, about maybe a little bit less, about 10%. But yeah, if China opens up these exchanges and stuff, Neo will be the one that will reign supreme and may skyrocket literally overnight. But right now is a good time to accumulate. I didn't check it today. I know yesterday the price was at about $30 at one point. So Neo's a good bet. But once again, long-term strategy. If you buy it now low, it might take a year or two before they reopen. But Neo is in position. So it's $29 a day. Perfect. It's a decent buy. I remember when it was 40 cents. We're never going that low again. But it's still a decent buy. So we'll see. Let's see. Oh, I saw a comment. BitConnect. Somebody asked about BitConnect. Once again, I usually don't comment on BitConnect. I haven't used it. For the people who have used it, I know they swear by it. Why is Neo good tech? Oh, okay, I got you, Matthew. But yeah, I don't use BitConnect. I think Bitcoin's, he said he has a little bit in there that he put in there a long time ago, but never taken out. So he's just letting it do whatever. Again, for me personally, and when it comes to Bitcoin, my trading strategy and everything, I don't like giving away my Bitcoin to anyone. I've tried it. I've done some things. I've tested out some of the scams out there just to see if they actually were scams, whoever, you know, just throwing a little bit out and see what happens. I remember the bet robot. I'm not sure if you all saw the bet robot stuff, but that was a Telegram one that literally, it came to the States kind of late. It was overseas like a couple of months before us. But it just wrecked a lot of people and took a lot of people money. Basically, it was a Telegram app where very similar to BitConnect, except not the exchange platform or the coin. So I won't say it's the same, but it was similar. And in fact, that they said that, hey, these are the possible amounts of returns you can get over a certain period of time if you give us your Bitcoin. That's all I understand. So for me, I'm not I don't, like I said, I don't like giving away Bitcoin unless it's to you all for free. But as far as giving it to someone else to make money with, it's something I can do on my own. So are we going to continue the videos with the ICOs and the coins? Right now, no. And the reason why is because I'm telling you, the ICO market is tainted right now and it's not worth it. For those who are just entering into the space, you can, like, the way Bitcoin is moving right now and the way some of the alts are moving, you can still make really good money and really good returns without even doing anything in the ICO space. So for those who are interested in the ICOs, I would say you need to make sure you do your full due diligence. At this point, I haven't been able to. And you know what? Message to everybody who has an ICO out there who looks. Literally now, I think I receive about at least one, if not two, new ICO proposals a day. Literally. At least one or two ICO proposals a day. So everybody out there who's watching this who wants to do ICO, please understand this. Satoshi's white paper for Bitcoin was 9 pages long, with the 9th page being references. And he and his team or his group, whoever it all was, are creating an entire new financial system. So for every new ICO that is pushing me a white paper that is 30, 20, 40 plus pages, I am not about to read it. And I really don't care that much about your ICO to even want to read it. So it makes no sense to me that your white paper will be 40 pages, most of which, too, is just everything you already have on your internet site that you're just repackaging up into a paper, which isn't what the white paper is for. It's supposed to be almost like an executive paper so people who are busy can just read through it, understand very quickly what you're offering and keep it moving. But, yeah, exactly, Bitcoin Bay. Yeah, Alpha Robinson, ICO is like winning a 3-pick lottery. So anyway, I say all that because if I get an ICO, you know, they email me and they send me the white paper, whatever. If it's 40-something pages, I'm already not trusting that ICO. Exactly, it puts me off, Antonio. I'm already not trusting it because I'm like, why are you trying to sell me something in 40 pages? If what you have is exactly, white paper is abstract. What you have is that great. You should be able to get directly to the point, and I can let you know fairly quickly if I want to invest, if I want to, you know, talk about it on the YouTube, whatever. But instead, no, they're giving you 40-something pages and trying to confuse you throughout it. I mean, literally, you know, to someone who doesn't know a lot about like just investing ICO, they read that paper, I'm telling you they'll get confused. If you read enough of these papers, you start seeing some of the common things in them. When I see papers that are almost too perfect, or some of their language is, they're trying to be so technical, they actually don't even, the message is even correct. It's like, it's the opposite. I've seen papers get so technical, they talk about Bitcoin and SegWit, and they confuse the two. They literally confuse the two of SegWit, the B2X and Bitcoin, or Bitcoin Go. They're confusing it because they're trying to get so technical. So I'm like, you don't even know what you're talking about. You're trying to sell me. But anyway, that's the long version of the reason why we haven't been doing the ICOs right now. To give you all the best guidance as far as which one's a good one, it takes a lot of due diligence. And there's so many bad ones right now. That means we have to pick through each and every bad one just to find those good ones. But what we may start doing, like I said, we're definitely planning on having some of the executives of some of these teams get interviewed. I actually have one on standby right now. Once I can get this live stream hooked up, they said they'll do the remote live stream interview, and so they can answer questions. So you all can send questions in while I'm interviewing them. And then we're also waiting on what is it? Something else. But yeah. So yeah, the ICOs aren't good right now, people. What makes an ICO a bad one? The one that's going to take your money and disappear. No, I don't. It's tough to say. I would say definitely the developers and coders, and definitely the executive team. It's so many people on some of these executive teams right now who already have bad track records or don't even need to promote ICO. Like I'm seeing some now, it's like you don't even need a token. Or think of it this way, people. A lot of these, some of these ICOs coming out with a couple people who have these long track records, who already started 3 companies here, who made $50 or $60 million. Why do they need an ICO then? If you have an executive team with 9 execs from different companies who all have been successful, who all made a ton of money, why do you need an ICO? So already, to me, it smells of scam, because it's like you don't even need to do this. Like you and your buddies could just throw 5% of your money and keep everything for yourself and create this company, but instead you're trying to have a token sale. So that's a huge red flag for me. But yeah, so enough about that. And you know, and with ICOs, last thing I was going to hit on was fraudulent apps and websites, which are proliferating now. So no, Filecoin is different. Filecoin is more for institutional investors to make their money really quick. So that's a little bit different. Because they're not even offering that to regular, to regular people. Fraudulent apps and websites. Just want to give you all an alert. I think I said before, but it's to the point now. There's fraudulent apps going up on the App Store that are literally just scam apps to get you to buy them or download them and click it. Try to download some software, click a phishing link on the app. And there's also fake websites going on now. They're literally cloning and manipulating sites and doing their SEO, whatever they do with SEO, search keyword optimization on that website and putting it at the top of Google. And some of these websites are the cloned and the fake ones that if you click on and you send money, Ether or Bitcoin to, you'll be robbed of it. So make sure you're careful with that. Look at the website. If you need to type it in, type it all in. Make sure you have the right spelling. Type it in from the official accounts that you see on Twitter or from their other pages, Slack channels, all that good stuff. Don't just click on the top Google link when you search a site, whether it's ICO, anything in the crypto space, because literally, sophisticated criminals are coming in, they're cloning entire sites, they're pushing it to the top of the search engine. And if you're in a rush and you just click whatever site you're looking for or whatever ICO you're looking for to buy some of their tokens or their early crowd sale, then you might accidentally go to the clone site and send it there. This is a real thing, people. The fake apps are real. The fake sites are real. The fake ICO teams are real. I mean, it's to the point somebody called out somebody on Bitcoin Forum. They literally, copied and pasted somebody else's face or somebody else's body and made an ICO homepage for some of the people there. So it's getting crazy. It's definitely a money grab. So be careful out there. Neo in general, Neo's gonna be big. So what a time to be a hacker and a scammer. I've been saying that a lot lately, actually. That's true. Hey, fake dollar bills are real. Everything's fake right now. We can trust Bitcoin. That's what I'm saying. So somebody asked about Neo in general. Of course, I saw somebody mention the gas, but not only that, Neo. The reason why I liked it to begin with is because of the market. You remember, we're looking for market penetration. As an investor, we're not falling in love. We're looking for market penetration. We're seeing, how we can make the best return, sometimes in the shortest amount of time, but if it takes a long term, that's fine too. But NEO was one of the ones that we talked about early on because of the Asian market, of the whole Pacific theater, Asia Pacific theater is just so many more people than North America. When you're looking for market penetration, a lot of the same apps that are developed here, whether it's and not just apps, TV shows, everything you see made, sometimes in North America, U.S. specifically, that are duplicated in overseas in Asia or in Europe. They usually can make a lot more money doing it because they just have more people to sell it to. So you want to look for a 3% return when you're marketing and you're pushing all your stuff out. You're looking to have at least 3% of the target population buy into what you're doing. So in America alone, it's 330 million people. I mean, in Asia, that's literally billions of people. So if I'm looking for 3% to buy into what I'm doing, no matter what it is, I can make a clown ICO, come buy red noses and wigs or whatever. I would rather sell that in the Asian market or try to promote in the Asian market than I would in the United States market and North American market because it's just simply more people. So that's why I'm bullish on things like NEO and a few other Asian companies as well. They just have more people. Japan, I know Japan's they're being interesting right now. I think we're good to go in Japan though. That's been a safe haven for Bitcoin enthusiasts for a while. I know some things changing, but I believe they'll continue. So with that, for not clowns, you'll get swatted instantly. I know, right? With that, for the free Bitcoin for tomorrow, what are we gonna do? Let me think. All this drama going. So you got Jeff Garziks. Oh, okay. Here we go. Who are the? Let's call some people out. Who are give me the top 3 people we can't trust in crypto right now. And for the ones we agree with or at least make us laugh, then we'll make sure we get you the free Bitcoin. So, of course, in quotations, put the top 3 people we can't trust in crypto. Top 3 known people we should no longer trust in crypto. And a short explanation of why. I'm already seeing some names after the video. So put that in quotes. Put your public address so we can send you the free Bitcoin. As already stated, I owe Phoenix Financial some Bitcoin. And we got to check on yours, Smitry, as well. And we'll make sure we send that to you. Again, pardon us for the miscommunication. One of us will be on every day, tag team. And then once we get this live stream going, we'll both be on. And once we get that live stream really working, we'll start having some of these ICOs that hit me up all the time, do the live interviews. They heard me when I said it last time, people. When I said, when I just did the shout out, I was like, hey, for every ICO interested, I need an interview. Hey, they responded. A couple were like, all right, we'll do an interview. So sounds good. Have I considered making my own coin for IGO? No, I'm not on a money grab. If we ever do a coin, I tell you, if we ever do any type of coin or platform, it's gonna be like for the people. It's definitely gonna be for the people. But no, we're not on a money grab. Everything's good on this side. All right, so good luck this week to the trading and everything, people. We know it's crazy out there. Hold. I'm telling you, just to hold. That's the hardest thing to do. Get in your positions and hold. Just wait until the dust clears at the SegWit, and it will be going back up. Hey, if Smart Cash want to bring a rap on, I'll interview them as well. All for it. All right, people, have a good one. Till next time.